Good morning, West Coast. Good afternoon, East Coast. Hello to everybody in between and outside. It's Ian, the Off-Kilter Crafter. Hope you're having a great day today. Better than me. And take two. Gosh, that was frustrating. I don't know why it ended up doing that, but it literally just like stopped working. And now my camera is a little, sorry everyone, it's a little shaky. Sorry about that. I don't know what was happening there. There we go. All right, so that's a little better. Now you can actually see me. Hi everyone, welcome everybody. Hope you're having a great day today. I know it's a crazy, it is. I like Charlene says, Ian, your touch is electrifying. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, frustrating as all get out. And I was a few minutes late getting started because I went to push the button to start things, and my doohickey over here that I control the cameras with, it said no. It said no, I don't want to work today. So had to kind of get the buttons loaded back up again, and I don't know what was going on. So hi everyone, Gloria's here, Dawn is here, Deb is here, Michelle, Zaza, Judy, Jaja Brownie, Kate, So Fun Creations, Justine, Savannah, Jean, Susan, Layla, Alice, thank you guys so much for being here. And again, thank you to my channel members. I greatly appreciate your support. Zaza, Justine, Savannah, Deb, Layla, and there was a couple others that I missed on the screen, but thank you guys so much for being channel members. Greatly appreciate y'all being here. Joshua's here and he says, we're back. Fun setup. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. As you know, Halloween is my favorite time of year. And so, you know, gotta go with a little spookiness. Gotta go with a little spookiness and a little fun, because it's that time of year. It is time for the spookiness. And yes, my intro has changed, because that's a secret that I've been holding on to for a little bit. Me and my artist have some fun holiday and other fun celebrations during the course of the year, and now you get to see the first one. So yes, that was Zombie Ian as my logo. And it will be with us through the Halloween season. I hope you like it, because it's going to hang around for a little bit, because we're going to be spending the next 2 months doing Halloween, because I love Halloween, and why not, right? So we're going to be working on some fun Halloween stuff today. We're kicking off the season of Halloween with a Vegas strip, from So Yeah. They're the ones that do the Vegas strips, and we're going to be using a Vegas strip today to make a fun quilt. Hope everybody's having a great day, by the way. Good afternoon from Massachusetts, says Diane. Hi, how are you? Denise says, hello, everyone. Hello, good to see you. Deb says, I celebrated Grandparents' Day yesterday. I got to see my little bean at lunch yesterday. Oh, that's so cute. Hopefully you had a good lunch. So, hi, everyone. Susan says, next month is my birthday month. Woo woo! Awesome. Laura, howdy Ian. Your channel is one of the few that I will accept spooky from. Normally not my holiday. Totally get it, Laura. But I think Laura, today you're gonna like the project, because yes, it is spooky fun, but I think it's gonna be a spooky fun that you're gonna like, because it's not like Halloween. It's Halloween. It's not Halloween, if that makes sense. I don't know. Dawn says, I'm already decorated for Halloween. I mean, I'm working on it a little bit. I've got my Halloween tree up, and I've got my Haunted Mansion out there. This is actually a tree topper, believe it or not. And it makes noises and stuff like that. I can't push the button on it because I'll get a copyright strike, because, you know, Disney. So I don't want to do that. But yeah, there is that back there as well. So right, exactly. It's cute fun. That's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be doing cute fun. So yeah, I was sent a Vegas strip. I don't even remember who sent it to me, and I don't even remember if I got it before I moved from Texas or if I got it when I landed here. But either way, I was sent a Vegas strip, and I'm so sorry if you sent it to, if you sent it to me. I don't remember who it was. If you're in the chat, let me know, because I totally forgot who it was. It's been sitting on my shelf with the Halloween fabric, and I've been like wanting to use it, but just haven't quite found the right project for it. And today, oh, you see my mess down there. Ignore that. Ignore that down there. Hi, Donna. Hi, Donna Bogart. Welcome. So today we're going to be working on a quilt using that Vegas strip. And I had all the information in the description box, but unfortunately it's no longer there because we had to start a new live. The good thing is, if you are interested in the pattern information, you can type !pattern in the chat, and it'll give you a link to the pattern today. We're going to be doing, this is from So Yeah, we're going to be doing the carnival pattern. This is specific to Vegas strips. So if you are interested in putting together something, let's say you have a Vegas strip laying around, hi June, you can always head over to the So Yeah website. They have free patterns on how to use Vegas strips. So we're going to be doing one of those today. It's true. We all have a mess somewhere, and mine's like, I'm glad you can't see the whole line of mess that's on the floor. It's rather ridiculous. Let's see. Susan said you should do a quilt from the play Wicked, the Wicked Witch which would be awesome. Susan, there is something that I am kind of working on in the background, behind the scenes. I am working on a Wicked related quilt pattern. It actually relates to the Wicked line that Patrick Luce is going to be putting out. I'm working on a whole pattern for it, so it's not going to be out. My pattern will not be out by the time that fabric comes out, because that comes out next month. There's no way I can get it done that quick. But I am working to do a pattern using that fabric, and I think it's going to be really fun. So look at that. Look for that in the future, hopefully. Let's see. Any other comments that I'm missing? Everybody's saying hello to each other. Michelle, it's exclamation pattern, not pound. Let's see. All right. So that's what we're going to be doing. This is a free pattern, by the way. I don't know if I said that or not. This is a free pattern, but I still want you to go download the pattern over off of their website. So I'm not going to be giving sizes today, because I would like for you to go get the pattern from So Yeah, and it's always great to support. Even when patterns are free, it's great to download those patterns, because a lot of times they're using analytics on the backside of their websites to see traffic and like see numbers and stuff like that. Even if a pattern is free, they still want the analytics and the visit to their website and all that kind of stuff. So even with free patterns, make sure to go visit the website and download it directly from them, so that way you give them credit, basically, and they can kind of track those analytics and see how everything's going. Tracy said, had my Medicare birthday on Thursday. Well, happy belated birthday. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be using this fabric line. If you go back to the original video that I started with today, you will know that this line is called, I have the selvage over here, it's called Spooky Schoolhouse, and it, I don't remember the maker, but it is called Spooky Schoolhouse. It was all down in the description box, so if you go back to the original video, it's over there at the moment. I will copy it over here once we get off the live stream today. Hey Katie, welcome. So there's a lot of cute little things. There's even like little texts that say double, double, toil, and trouble. So it's got that. I'm trying to find one of my favorite prints. And it's interesting too, because this one has pink in it. It has some pink, which I wouldn't like normally consider to be a Halloween. By the way, I gotta show you this one. I gotta see if I can find a square that has a clear cut of it. Oh no, did I not get a single clear cut? I thought I did. I thought there was one. I didn't get a single one. I swear I did. There was, maybe it's another colorway. There's one that has like little snowmen. Oh, it's this one. It looks like little snowmen, but they're actually pumpkins. So like, look at this. Look on the side here. It's little pumpkins stacked up like snowmen. Isn't that cute? I love it. I think it's adorable. So we're going to be using this line today. Susan says, I finished up my Christmas quilt for Mom yesterday. Quilted holly berries on it. Awesome. I bet she's going to love it. So yeah, we're going to be using these fabrics today. And it has some pinks in here as well. Some like pink ghosts. So there's that. Look at that. So that's what we're doing today. That's what we're going to be making and working on, is using the carnival pattern from this Vegas strip. And it's a really easy pattern too. Like, it's super, super, super easy. That's what we're doing. Vegas strips, Spooky Schoolhouse fabric collection designed by, thank you, Riley Blake. That's what I was trying to think of, Josh. Thank you so much for that. Greatly appreciate you. That is it still available on their website? I don't know. I didn't go check. But the fabric line is still available on sale in some other spots. I checked it out in a couple other spots and found it some other places. They only have 3 choices for Vegas strips. This one was sold a while ago. Like I said, it's been over a year since I've had it, and I don't know how long the person before me had it. So it may not be available anymore, but the fabric itself is still available. I found it on a couple of websites. Found it on a couple of websites, and they all seem to have it on for sale. All right, so we're going to go to this camera if it'll work. Look at that, it did work. Cool. So in our pattern, what we're going to be doing is we're going to take, we have cut some squares out, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sewing those squares onto one corner. This is like super easy. Literally, you're going to take your square of fabric and you're going to put it up in the top left corner. That's all we're doing. Literally, we're going to do that on on all 120 of our blocks, is we're going to do that. So this is maybe like watching paint dry today, but we'll see what happens. So that's all you do, corner to corner. I don't even draw. In the directions, it tells you to draw from corner to corner, but I don't even do that. Oh, and I just sewed through 2 pieces of fabric. See, I thought that felt a little dense. Jaja Brownie's asking, did you and Becca fix the long arm? So, if you did not check me out over on Instagram, which obviously you should go check me out on Instagram, I posted a story yesterday because I took a quilt over to Becca's to use her long arm, and it's actually a quilt I've been working on for Northcott, and was ready to get it done. I've been holding on to this quilt for a long time, and I've been really wanting to get it done so that way I can get the social media posts done and all that kind of stuff. So I took it over there and I started quilting it, and it was breaking thread frequently. Not terrible, but definitely more than usual, right? Like, it was definitely breaking thread more than it should. And I was like, okay. And so Becca and I tried to troubleshoot it and figure it out, and it got to the point where it was breaking thread every 30 seconds. Like, I couldn't even get through a full design. It was really frustrating how much it was breaking thread. And so I went on to my Instagram story and I was like, if you're a long arm quilter, here's what we've done. We've changed the needle, we've changed the thread, we've changed the tension, we've changed the this. Like, we had gone through everything to try and figure it out, and it was not working. And so it got late and I was like, look, I'm done. I'm just going to walk away. And Becca was like, no worries. I'll look at it tomorrow. I'll figure it out. And I'm like, okay. So I walked away. Hi, Banana Joe. And so, yeah, I was like, no, done. Walked away. Becca texted me this morning. She said she took a look at it and she was able to finish the quilt. There was tension issues and she was able to figure it out. I don't know how, I don't know why, but whatever. I haven't gone to pick up my quilt yet. I'm going to go do that later today. But yeah, she apparently fixed it and everything is good now. I don't know. Auntie L says, I sent you the Vegas strip. I bought the mystery Vegas strip and turned out to be Halloween. I can't remember the fabric line that it was in. Auntie L, thank you for doing that. By the way, it was Spooky Schoolhouse. I had all that information in the previous video that I started. And yeah, whatever. So, but thank you so much, Auntie L, for sending me that fabric. I'm actually putting it to use today. I'm actually using it. So this is the first step. All you're going to do is sew that, and we're going to do a stitch and flip, right? Same thing that we've been doing, that you've done a million times before. You do the stitch and flip. So I'm going to grab my ruler here, and we're going to go 1/4 inch away from that seam. And I probably should have grabbed a ruler that was just a little bit longer, but that's okay. So we're going to cut off, and if you want to, you could always sew a 1/4 inch away from that line as well that you just sewed. So that way when you finish, you have half square triangles made up as well. Katie's talking in the chat. If I missed your message, I do apologize. Usually when that happens to me, that's a buildup of lint on the tension discs. That's super frustrating. We cleaned those. We cleaned those tension discs as well. So it was super frustrating. Like we cleaned the tension discs. We cleaned everywhere that thread could have gone, we did. We put a net over the thread so that way it wasn't like getting caught up anywhere. Deb, thank you so much for that tip. Greatly appreciate that. That will buy me a cup of coffee next weekend, so thank you for that. Let's see. Oh, gotcha. Let's see. Katie said that she had to cancel her live last night. Totally understand. It totally happens sometimes, Katie. These things happen. So, Michelle is currently sewing on a Christmas gift. Awesome. Jaja Brownie, maybe it was just tired for the night. Jaja, I think that's what it was. And I think Becca is the long arm whisperer, because she said it, like, once she changed the tension, everything was fine. I don't know. Like, it's just so frustrating because that long arm just doesn't seem to like me. Becca can sweet talk it, and I know it's her long arm, so that makes sense, but like, it frustrates me so much. So, how do you clean tension discs? You can clean it several different ways. Somebody actually suggested a $1 bill. We actually went online and looked. Somebody said a $1 bill will clean it. Like, run the $1 bill through it, through the side there, so. All right, so this is what we're going to end up with, and I'm going to put 4 of these together. I should do them in 4 different colorways, so that way you can kind of see like what the final product is going to look like when we start putting these together. Let me find. Let's do some purple ghosts now. How about that? How about that? Cash me outside. I don't mess with the tension on my long arm, says, who was that? Susan. It's crazy. It's crazy. How's the new place? I don't like moving. Are you talking to me? Talking to me? Talking to me? Are you talking to me? Or are you talking to somebody else in chat? Because I've been here, believe it or not, I've almost been here for a year. Can you believe that? At the end of the month, I will have been here for 1 year. What? What is that, folks? Can you believe that? Can you believe it's already been almost a year? Did you check your bobbin? Yes, the bobbin did get checked, but Becca said that the tension on the bobbin was needed to be corrected. So, and these are things that I'm still like learning. Obviously, I'm not familiar with everything, and so these are things that we're still kind of like, and even Becca's still learning as well. She's still learning how to do the things and how to troubleshoot the things and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, it's all that. Alice says, my long arm is currently in timeout. I feel your pain, Ian. Isn't that the worst? When, like, you don't change anything. You don't change anything about it, and then it just stops working. And you're like, why? 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 Nothing changed. Why are you doing that? Banana Joe says, it flew. What flew? What happened? What did I miss? This is a bad part about like live streaming is like I miss some of the chat sometimes, and I know y'all get frustrated with me when I'm not able to like see your chat message. I promise, I've said this before, but I promise you it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's literally because there's so much going on that it's hard for me to get catch everything all the time. So if I miss your chat message, do not take it personally. It's just there's a lot going on, and I'm trying to manage it all. And as a single person, you know, one man show here, it gets a little hard sometimes. Joan says, hi, Ian. Glad to see you. Just got done with dishes and making homemade apple pie. You can send some my way. Waiting for it to get done and then finish a bag. Oh, cool. I was like, a bag of candy? A bag of what? Binding and strips to put on. Gotcha. Oh, I should trim them first. That's what needs to happen first. We need to trim. Trim, 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 trim. Anyways, again, this is the Spooky Schoolhouse by Melissa Mortenson of Polka Dot Chair. So if you're interested in this fabric, there is still some available online. I found it in a few different places on sale. So if you're interested in that, make sure to go check it out online. There's some retailers that still have it available. I don't know if So Yeah has it anymore, but there were a couple places that I found it online. Long arms have attitude all their own. So frustrating. June, you are so correct on that. They do have some really frustrating, they have some really, really frustrating attitudes. I forgot to tell you this corner piece that I'm putting on is not from the same line. It's that Mother Goose line. Again, somebody sent me some of that fabric and said, do something fun with it. So I made that orange and black and gray quilt using it here on my live. This is some more of that fabric from that same Mother Goose line. It just happens to be this black and white dot. Let me see if I can find the name, because I have some selvages here from it's Riley Blake. Goose Tails is the name of it. Goose Tails from Riley Blake. So I'm adding, see, I feel like this was going to be a good one. Shelby's here and she says, was gone all day yesterday visiting family east of the mountains. Got to see the quilt I made for my uncle actually in use. Awesome. Isn't it nice when you actually get to see a quilt you made in use and being loved and all that? You know, it's funny because sometimes people get quilts as gifts and they just like put it away. They put it away where nobody can see it, nobody can use it because they're like, oh, it's such a treasure, you know, I don't want it to get ruined or anything. But us as quilt makers, like, we want people to use quilts, and like, if it's well loved and like destroyed, then like it's gonna get, like, that makes us happy. I mean, obviously not like if a dog eats it or something like that, but. Brenda's here and she says, hi Ian, just got home from eating lunch with friends. Glad I didn't miss you. I'm glad you didn't miss me either, but I'm glad you got to spend some time out with your friends. Also, by the way, Brenda, I use your quilt every single day, basically. It's on my couch, and so I will use it basically every day when I'm hanging out on the couch. So thank you for that. I still use it. It does take time to settle in. You're right. It does take time to settle in, and I'm settling in quite nicely. I really do love it here. I love it here very, very much. So, yeah. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our blocks. We're going to sew them together into... I'm building one block, and then we're just going to keep, like... I'm just going to keep going. This is just kind of to demo it so you see the direction we're going in today, and then from that point forward... I'm just going to start sewing all of the black fabric onto the sides. Right? I want to give y'all a peek of what this looks like when it's all said and done, and then we'll actually go back and continue to make all of the blocks that we're doing, right? Make sense? I hope so. I'm flustered after all those tech problems getting started today. Shakes fist at computers. I'm realizing that, like, some of my blocks are like, the prints are not going to be going up. They're not going to be up, right side up. It's just going to be what it's going to be. You know, I can rearrange the blocks however I want to and do whatever I want with them, but we're just going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen the way it is. They get tired. They do. The technology, whether it be long arm or computer, gets tired and starts being mean to us. Amy says Texas is still way better. Just saying. Amy, I don't know. I am a lot happier here. I'm just saying. Texas will always be my home, obviously. And I will always have a soft spot for Texas in my heart. But I definitely enjoy my time here. Michelle is baking cornbread while I sew. Sue says, hi Ian, happy I could join your live. Well, I'm also happy that you could join my live today. Karen says, I thought my sister-in-law wouldn't use the baby quilt I made for my niece, but to my surprise, my niece asked for it, asked me to fix it all over 35 years because it worn out. Aww, that's awesome. Was wondering where you were, finally found your live stream. I'm so sorry, Roxanne. I apologize. We had some technical difficulties this morning, afternoon, and or evening, depending on where you are. Love Loathingly says, nah, DC is area superior. Yeah, I had some tech problems, so that's why it took you a second to find me. Sorry about that. Tech problems are the worst. So I think what I'm going to do is, obviously, I'm going to work on putting all of these, all of the fabrics together first. Like, that's going to be the first step, is getting all the fabrics together. How the heck did I do that? Seriously? How did I press both of them the same direction? Come on now. I did. I pressed both of them the same direction. No, I didn't. What is happening? What is happening today? That goes that way. That goes... No, it is the same direction. I'm losing my mind. That's what's happening. I'm losing my mind. Okay, cool. We'll just press this one the other way then. Ah! Gosh darn it, folks. What is going on? The Halloween gremlins are coming out in full force today, huh? Anyways, so yeah, I hope everybody liked the intro. I do have a Ian Zombie logo that you will see for the rest of this month and through next month. And yes, there will be a t-shirt. In fact, there will also be stickers. Working on getting those made, and I've got to work the stuff in the background to get it all done and like figured out, because hosting stuff on websites and all that kind of stuff can be a little crazy. There will be... That didn't sound good. Are you good? You good, bro? It will be an option for you to like buy a t-shirt, stickers, stuff like that, but not yet. I promise you, I will let you know when that becomes available. When merch... It feels weird saying that. I have merch coming. The moon is full! That's probably what it is. Becky says, Ian, I want to level up my membership, but I can't figure out how. Help! So if you... I'm not 100% sure, because the things that I see are different from what you see, right? So the things that I see on my page are a little bit different. I think if you go to my main page, you should see the membership button. You should be able to click that and change your membership level. You can also probably do a quick Google search and see if that might give you the answer. I don't know off the top of my head how to do it, because again, I see something different than what y'all see on your end, but that should be the way to do it. If not, you might be able to email me and I might be able to find it. I don't know. Are you going to quilt bats, spiderwebs on the quilt, Ian, when you get it done? Probably spiderwebs, I'm thinking. Shirley says I have to go into lurk mode, need to get some stuff done. We have a full week this next week. Well, I hope you can get everything done, and I hope it goes well for you, Shirley. All right. So when we put all of the pieces together, they're going to look like this. And actually, I think I want it to go... Well, no, because then everything is upside down and sideways. So honestly, it's just going to be what it's going to be, no matter which way it goes. But this is what each block is going to look like when we put them together. It's going to have that fun center diamond in it. So we're just going to work on putting all these together. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Alice is trying to help in the chat. She says, click the little rectangle with the money sign, then click membership. You should be able to get to it then. Ian, do you use Sticker app to order stickers? I do use Sticker app. That is where I got my stickers from. They are going to be delivered this week. Sorry, guys. I apologize if that made some noise there. I did use Sticker App, and my stickers for Zombie Ian are glow in the dark. It's going to be so fun. Deborah says, hello, Ian. I'm late, but I'm here now. Oh, it looks so good. Thank you. Josh says that's great fabric that's cool. Great block for featuring fabric. Absolutely. This is a really good block if you want to feature your fabric and really, you know, show it off. Jonathan said, woo, finally made it to the chat. The train was delayed an hour and had to watch the beginning of the live in the car. No worries. You ought to be probably pretty tired at this point too. Jonathan went to go see one of my absolute favorites. And if you know, you know. So super jealous. I was going to crash his party, but then I saw tickets for how much it was going to be to see Lady Gaga. And I said, nope. I said, nope. No, it is not Tulisha. That is not Tulisha. That is Alicia, not Tulisha. I didn't even realize that Tulisha was here. Anyways, if you missed the podcast, sorry, Alicia. I think I called you something different too. Sorry, my bad, Alicia. My bad. That's the dyslexia coming in. If you missed the podcast this week, make sure to go check it out. This past week, I should say, Alicia joined us on the podcast, and we had a lot of fun chatting with her. So if you, I'm thinking it's probably one of our more popular podcast episodes. So if you didn't check it out already, go ahead and check it out. It's on any podcasting platform. And if you ask your smart speaker, it can also play it for you, or you can watch it there on YouTube, which I highly recommend because you can see all the wonderful facial expressions that Alicia gives during our interview. She will be back. She will be back. So for all of those who are asking for Alicia to join us again, she will be back, I promise. Let's see. I think my long arm heard yours talking about gremlins. I turned it on and instantly broke a newish needle. Oh my, Savannah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that it heard me talking about having gremlins and decided to pull the same thing. So I think our plan is we're going to work on getting these blocks made today, and then next week we'll actually start putting the blocks together. I need to get my, that's one thing I need to remember. Hold on, hold that thought, everyone. Add push pins to my grocery list.
Okay, I added push pins to the grocery list.
Thank you, Siri, appreciate that. So I needed to, okay, it said no problem. Awesome, thanks. I need to add push pins to my grocery list so that way I can put my design wall up, because I think that's going to make this process so much easier next week, is being able to have a place to put up all of the blocks so that way I can sew them together. Banana Joe's asking Jonathan how the Lady Gaga concert was. Jonathan, did you get to see her do, because she recorded a segment for tonight's music, it's not the Grammys, it's another, is it the MTV Music Awards? I don't remember which one it is. But she apparently recorded a segment for the show tonight. Did you get to see her do that? Maybe all long arms within her distance might be affected. Maybe, Roseanne, maybe. Honestly, after talking to them, I realized watching Becca isn't going to be as helpful as watching other... What? Honestly, after talking to them, I realized watching Becca isn't going to be as helpful as watching others. What are you talking about? What? Huh? What did I miss? Alicia, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, Willis? I'm embracing YouTube. Awesome. Alicia, honest, Ian says thanks to a machine. I do. I also say thank you to ChatGPT when I use it. So there's that. I'm like, thank you. And it's like, you're welcome, Ian. You're the best. I do that so that when the robot overlords take over, like, hopefully they'll be kind to me. Michelle says, Ian, did you see Lady Gaga in Wednesday? I have not. So I'm watching Wednesday with Becca and Jason, and we have not gotten to that part yet. I need to actually get over there again so that way we can watch another episode. But yes, oh no, not that. Okay, we're gonna turn that setting off because my thread is doing okay. And whoever suggested I check out the video on, and I can't remember what the name of the person is. Let's see, do this one. We're gonna turn off that notification for now because my thread seems to be doing just fine. But I did watch their video, so thank you for suggesting that video. Whoever you were, don't remember. This was like weeks and weeks ago. They suggested I check out. I feel like his name was Bob. It can't be Bob, but I'm pretty sure. Anyways, I checked out the video and I understand what's happening when that happens. Ooh, I almost said that the wrong way. Yeah, we're going to turn off the notifications right now because everything seems to be doing just fine. And I'm just going to keep monitoring to make sure. Yes, we did. She did Abracadabra and the Dead Dance twice before the show started. Awesome. That's a fun experience. Maybe you'll even see yourself on the show. I know, Jaja Brownie. The news said not to thank ChatGPT and other resources like that because it uses so much resources. You are correct, but I can't help it. I just end up, because I'm that person, I will say thank you anytime somebody does something for me, and I just type it out. I don't know. It happens. Jonathan says you would have loved it. It was really spooky. I know. I would have loved it. I did see Lady Gaga when she did her was it Monster? No, it wasn't the Monster Ball. Was it the Monster Ball? It may have been Monster Ball. I can't remember which one it was. I have seen her before performing, and I loved it. I loved it. It was so much fun. Just checking to make sure that everything is sewing correctly. It does look like it is. I don't see any tension. I said tissue. Any tension issues or anything like that. Not from the nosebleeds. Oh my gosh. Unfortunately, I'll never be able to go to her concert. I mean, if she keeps prices the way they are, then I don't know that I'll ever be able to go see her in concert ever again. But you know, that's another issue. Hi, Catherine. So glad that you're here. Let's see. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Ian, did you watch American Horror Story when Lady Gaga was in it in Hotel? Yes, I did. I did see her when that's actually the first time I'd ever seen American Horror Story, was Hotel because of Lady Gaga. And then I tried to go back and watch all the seasons, and I just couldn't do it. Like, Lady Gaga made the Hotel season, and after that I couldn't. I did get all the way through Unaliving House, and it's funny how much TikTok language has like crept out into everyday language. I did see Unaliving House. I did see the Nun one. Yeah, it's fine. Katie says she has never been to a concert. I have been to... I think I've been to just two. I've been to the NSYNC when I was in like middle school. I went to the NSYNC concert, and then I also went to the Lady Gaga concert, and I don't think I've been to any others that I can remember. Carolyn says, did you know Lady Gaga has a cameo in Netflix Wednesday? I do know that, and I am very excited to see her in that whenever we come across that. Like I said, I'm waiting for, I watched that with Jason and Becca, and so we need to sit down and watch some more episodes of that. We need to finish that out, because I think the whole season's out now, so. I've also been, this coming Friday is the last episode of Empire, or excuse me, of Foundation. And I'm so excited. Don't want it to end. I don't want it to end, but I'm so excited for it. Jonathan, I agree. American Horror Story fell off after Hotel. I tried to watch, what was that, Riverdale or Roanoke? Roanoke, that's what it was. I tried to watch Roanoke. I couldn't do it. I could not do the documentary style. It was just a no. Alicia says, newbie question, when you are feeding it through a tension, I push it through from the side. Should I be pushing from the back? So you really should not be pushing anything through the sewing machine. You should always be letting the machine pull the fabric in on its own. You are there to help guide it. You are there to help maneuver it. You're there to help keep it straight as it's going through. But you're not going to be actually pushing through. Because if I was to take this piece right now and push it through, I would get crease, I would get wrinkles, I would get waviness, I would get all kinds of things. So it's better to let the machine pull it in on its own and use your hands to help guide it, not to push. Now every now and again there is something that is like a big step up for the presser foot, and so when that happens, I'll grab from behind and help gently pull. Not hard. I'm not wanting to change that stitch regulation, but just enough to help it get it through. So if there's something that sticks or something that's not working, like you can also use, this is a purple thing, except it's blue. So you can use that like a stiletto. I also have a stiletto over here as well. Oh, everything's just like, oh no. Oh no. My, what the heck happened? Well, that's weird. Sorry, I picked up my stiletto and it's got all this crazy muck on it because it looks like my what's that? My Acorn Easy Press pen that Becca got for me leaked, and so there's like stuff everywhere. Anyways, you can use the stiletto to help push and maneuver the fabric. Sorry, I'm super distracted now because I found out that it's leaking. I need to set that somewhere else. All right, I'll deal with that at another time. I think it actually, I don't know what happened. All right. Sorry, super distracted. Michelle says, sorry, I have to go. Cornbread is burning. No, don't let it burn. Go get it. Go get it before it burns. But yeah, anywho, you should never be pushing. You should always just be guiding. Well, there you go, Alicia. Alicia says it's super helpful to see just you're feeding the fabric through. I already see something that I'm doing wrong. That is a beginner's mistake. That is something that I did as a young kid as I was learning how to sew, is I would try and push it and force it through, and that's not what you're wanting. You're wanting the machine to take it in itself, and you're just there to guide. Ian, you can use a flannel backed tablecloth as a design wall. Oh, that's a good idea too. I forgot about that. Maybe I could run to the dollar store and get that. Ian, I suggest getting the command strips for picture frames so you can stick them on the back of your placement wall. They won't put holes in your wall. Roseanne, that's also a good suggestion as well. I have done that. I actually, with this quilt that Di gave me, where it is, whoop, that one right there, that one right there, that mini quilt that she gave me, that is actually put up there with those picture frame command strips, Velcro strips. So that way when I take it down, it doesn't leave holes. Let's see. Becky says, I've been to see Alabama, Garth Brooks, Jason Aldean, Luke Bryant, Prince, and Whitesnake. Oh. Becky upgraded her membership. Woo, woo, woo. You found the button. Awesome. Thank you, Becky. Upgraded membership to Charm Pack Pal. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. If you push the fabric too hard, you'll bend the needle and break it. Let it flow. You might see me like just randomly turning my fabric. Again, since all of these shapes are going to be in the quilt, I'm literally just rotating them at random, so that way when they go into the quilt, hopefully they will be all just randomized, and you know, it will be going different directions, right? Like, I don't have to worry about, oh, this fabric has to go this way and this one has to go this way. No, no, no. I'm just putting it in, and it's just going to be whatever direction it's going to be, and that's fine. Love the freaked out stressed cat. Isn't it cute? Di knows me so well. She and I both get along because of the Halloween. I mean, for many reasons. But, like, Halloween is one of our, like... We bonded over Halloween. She loves Halloween just as much as I do, I feel like. Now, with this fabric, it really wouldn't matter which way I put the... which corner I put it in, because it is fabric that is not directional. It can go any direction. If I'm sewing elastic, I will pull both sides to stretch it so that it goes through evenly. I never know how to sew elastic, so that might help me, Banana Joe, when I'm working with elastic next. Hopefully that will give me a better result, because a lot of times when I'm doing elastic, it'll stretch, and I don't know how to keep it from doing that. Love Loathingly says Halloween is the best season. I agree. I agree. So do me a favor in the chat, if you are interested, since I've mentioned I'm going to be having merch. Let's do this one first. How many of you would purchase either a shirt or a sticker if I was to put that merch into a store? Put a heart in the chat and let me know if you are interested in buying either a sticker or a shirt. Just put a heart in the chat so that way I can like visually see it as it pops into the chat. If you're interested in the glow-in-the-dark in sticker, zombie sticker, or if you would purchase a Zombie Ian shirt, put a heart in the chat. Let me know. Zaza put a heart in. Catherine put a heart in. Everyone's like, nah. Roseanne, Jonathan, Auntie L. Lynn literally typed out the word heart. Awesome. Shirt. Awesome, Tracy. If it's not Halloween type shirt or sticker, hey, Katie, don't worry. I will have those. I will have those as well. That was actually going to be my next question, actually. So hold on. Hold your heart, and it will be the next question. Cool. I see a lot of hearts popping in there. So awesome. Great. Perfect. It's good to know, because I'm like, what if I put in this order and nobody buys anything? Joshua put in a zombie and a heart. Awesome. Love that, Josh. I typed it in the wrong box. No worries. I figured that was the case, but, you know, still works. I did tell you put a heart in the chat. You just took it literally. Susan says, I saw a lady on YouTube. She made a classic horror college quilt from the 50s on. Bride of Frankenstein, Wicked Witch, Dracula. The things were absolutely stunning. That looks amazing. Alicia says, I want the captain one for the cruise. Alicia, you're going to get a captain one for the cruise. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. That is going to be an exclusive for the cruise. So if you're going on the cruise, there will be exclusive stickers. Just saying. There will be an exclusive sticker for sure. Michael the Quilter says both. All right, so that brings me... She did each one individually. That's awesome. I'll have to check that out. All right, so that brings me to my next question. If I just have a regular logo shirt, if I have a shirt or a hoodie or a long sleeve sweatshirt or a tote bag, is there anything else? If you were to purchase any of those with just a regular logo on it, put a heart in the chat for me. Because I'm kind of curious. I want one of each thing y'all are talking about, Tammy. Tammy, you will have that opportunity. Bobby put in a heart. Alicia put in a heart. Awesome. Did I miss Donna? I see lots of heart flying. Awesome. Sue put in a literal heart. She put in the word heart. Awesome. Perfect. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. I am working on merch. It is going to come soon. I've just got to work out a few more details. I ordered a sample so that way I could make sure that it's up to my standards and like looks good and all that kind of stuff. So I did just get that order in and I'm looking over everything. So once that all gets settled out, I will let you know. It'll be on my website. Sewing and quilting shirts are my daily attire while sewing, says Tracy. Mine too. I have a whole section in my closet that is full of sewing related shirts and sweatshirts and things. Arash says hello to everyone, says good evening everyone. Good evening, how are you? Donna, okay, I did say hello earlier. Awesome. Hi Donna, good to see you. Donna, I'm sad we couldn't meet up while we were in Maryland, but hopefully one of these days we'll get the chance to meet up with you. Maybe we could meet at Cottonwood or something. Well, it's good to know that y'all would be interested in merch and stuff. Because, you know, you never, like, I'm nervous about putting stuff out there and then, like, nobody buys it. Yee! I will definitely have it in time for QuiltCon, for sure. Great that I'm watching your stream. I mean, I think it's awesome that you're here. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm glad you are here. I'm glad everyone's here. It always amazes me that people want to come hang out with me and spend some time with me. They also make for great advertising for your channel when people wear them out and about. I mean, that's kind of why I do that. That is kind of why I do that. It is good advertising for me because then people are like, wait, who's this off-kilter crafter Ian you have on your shirt? So a byproduct of y'all wearing that out is my name gets out there. A shirt will make a perfect giveaway. Just say, Tracy, I'm pretty sure at some point that will happen. Pretty sure at some point there will be a giveaway that includes a shirt or something. That is not today, unfortunately. Gotta launch it in the first place, right? Speaking of advertising, I'm going to go ahead and push the button for a quick little ad break. Did I push? Okay, there it goes. So some of y'all will receive a commercial at this moment. Don't worry, you're not missing anything. It is just going to, I'm literally just sitting here sewing, so we're just going to wait for y'all to come back, and then we'll continue on with our conversation. Some of you may not receive an ad, and that is especially like premium users who pay for YouTube and all that kind of stuff. You will not see an ad, so we're just going to sit here and hang out. But some of you will see an ad at this moment. But don't worry, you're not missing anything. Deborah says, Ian, would be nice if you could put a scan code on one of your shirts. That is possible. I could do that. However, I'm nervous to do that because, like, if a web URL changes or, you know, stuff like that, if stuff changes, it makes it, like, it would break that QR code. And then when people scan it, they get an error message, right? So I hesitate to put that kind of stuff onto permanent items, such as clothing, because it just makes me a little nervous for what happens if it breaks. Does that make sense? Nikki B is here. Hello, Nikki B. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well today. So if you're wondering if there will be more seasonal logos, the answer is yes. I don't have many of them, but I do have a few more. There are going to be some more that pop up during the course of the year. Irene says, "Hello, Ian. I finally caught a live. Welcome. Hope you're here. I hope you're here. I hope you're doing well today." June says, "I've always learned something from you when I watch your live." Thank you. I appreciate that, June. I need to do more, like Becca puts out a video once a week. I need to start doing that myself because I would really like for my channel to grow. Like, real talk for a second. I would love in 2026 to get that silver plaque. And I need everyone's help to make that happen. I would absolutely, like, that is the only thing, that is the only goal that I could, like, would love to happen next year, is if I could get that silver plaque for 100,000 subscribers. So please, 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 I'm begging you. I am begging you. I know this is terrible, but I'm begging you. Please share with your friends. Please ask them to subscribe. It would make my year if I could get that plaque. Becca is well on the way. Almost, I think she's got 50,000 subscribers, so she is well on the way to that goal. I would love it if I could do that as well. So it is me asking, like, begging, and I know that's like maybe not the best PC thing to do, but I would absolutely love to hit that 100,000 subscribers and get that silver YouTube play button. Do you have any bad weather there yesterday, Ian? No, not really. Not at all. Do a calendar, Alicia. Oh my gosh. I just had a terrible thought of, like, the being unclothed and, like, holding a block over my junk. There you go. All right, we're done. We're moving on. We're moving away. We're done. That would not happen, guys. That would never happen. Greenland Quilter Katie says, "I'm knocking on that 5,000 door." Awesome. That's awesome, Katie. I just crossed over 17,000, which I, like, still blows my mind. I can't believe that I'm there. But that's so awesome, Katie. Where do you stand now, and how many more do you need? A lot, Roseanne. I need a lot more. I'm currently at 17,000. I just crossed over 17,000. And I need to do more work. I know that, like, in order to get to that 100,000, I need to do way more work. And that work includes putting out videos more frequently, not just doing live streams, but also doing maybe not weekly videos, but at least some evergreen content that's not a live stream, because some people just don't like watching live streams. I don't blame people for that, because there are live streams that I am subscribed to and I don't watch them because I'm busy, or I don't have time to sit around for 2-3 hour live stream. And so that, sometimes doesn't fit into my schedule. Sometimes it's great because I can put it on while I'm sewing or hanging around or, anything like that. That's true, Savannah. Savannah says, don't knock the calendar idea, Ian. It worked for Mark, yeah, him. It worked for him. It's true. I mean, that is true, but I don't know. I don't know that I want to put myself out there that much. Irish Sail Lady says, we just had a crazy thunder and rainstorm come through. Now it's bright and sunny here in Florida. Are you at the shop today? By the way, I definitely stalked you online, Irish Sail Lady, just saying. Definitely stalked was a stalker on the interwebs for your store, because I was like, when I shipped your package, I was like, I wonder where this is going, and definitely came across your store, your workshop. It was like, oh, it's like, I just thought your username was a nickname or whatever, but no, it's a whole business. It's a whole business. Irish Sail Lady, like, their business is to like repair and create sails and stuff, like on ships and stuff like that. So Donna said, gee, what is junk? She tried to ask innocently, but with a smirk on her face. Yeah. I don't think you're so innocent. Pat says, blackberry and apple crumble for my dinner. Bumper harvest of blackberries in the UK. Yum, that sounds really good. I don't think it would be fresh by the time it got here. Otherwise, I would say send me some. Irish Sail Lady says, yes, I'm in the loft right now working on quilting. Awesome. Yeah, it kind of threw me for a loop when I was like, oh, this is like a full-fledged business. Got it. Okay, cool. Totally threw me. So now I know where to go if I need a sailboat resailed. That's totally how you say things. Good, got home in time for Off Kilter. You sure did, Donna. Welcome. Sherry says, stopping by to say hello. Hello. Hope you're having a great day today, Sherry. Deborah says, 2 months for your calendar cover, Captain Ian Unicorn. Now you just have to figure out the other 10. Shouldn't be hard. It's true. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should, because I could probably put it on Amazon, right? Like, there's so many self-published things on Amazon. Or I could put it on Etsy. Put it on Etsy as a PDF download that you print out. I could do it that way. Don't forget the zombie. That's true. What are you working on? Donna is asking what I'm working on today. I am currently working on, this is called the Carnival quilt pattern. If you type !pattern in the chat, it will bring you up the pattern for this. I'm working on this block right here. This is from So Yeah. This is a free pattern for their Vegas strips. You can actually use their Vegas strips to make this pattern. So working on blocks that look like this. And right now there's a whole pile underneath my sewing table as I am sewing on the diagonal. Shelby says, great to see everybody. I have to leave now, but I will catch up later. See you later, Shelby. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And again, whenever I'm sewing these, I'm literally just rotating them randomly. I'm just sewing things onto different corners. Some of them are upside down, some of them are sideways. It doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to get a combination out there, so that way when they go into the quilt, it doesn't really matter which direction they go in. Ian, show off your quilts in the calendar. Oh, Sammy, that's not a bad idea, actually. kind of a good idea, actually. I'm going to re-sew that one because it didn't quite hit the corner just right. That's better. That's actually not a bad idea. I could put together a calendar of, and I could put quilty holidays in it too, like Jelly Roll Day and stuff like that. You might have to print out yourself though. I might put like the PDFs onto Etsy and then you print it out from there. The joy of being single, no main, just pudding. I love that, Pat. I love that, Pat. I have to go soon, says Alicia. My husband will be coming home and we're going to put up the Halloween decorations. Woo-woo! I like quilt calendars for my sewing room. Nikki, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. I might have to think about doing that. Let's see. Lunther? I hope I'm saying that right. I have dyslexia, so if I pronounce that incorrectly, I do apologize. Sometimes it's hard for me to know which syllable needs the emphasization. First time coming on. Always see you on Becca's. I'm so glad that you're here. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with me today. I go live every Sunday, 2 p.m. East. Well, I say every. If you've already checked out the calendar for the rest of this month, I am going to be bumping the last Sunday's live stream to Saturday. I'm going to the Maryland Renaissance Festival. So I'll have to bump it to Saturday so that way I can go do that. I was thinking the calendar could be a cartoon Ian in different scenes. That's true, Alexa. I could do it that way too. Alexis, excuse me. Alexis, I could do it that way. There's a lot of different options that I could do. So that I might have to talk to my artist and see like what we can come up with. I totally have Lady Gaga's Dead Dance stuck in my head again. By the way, if you missed the live stream Friday, that was over on Becca's channel. Becca and I are doing a month-long sew together. We're going to be sewing blocks for the quilt seeds, I think is what it's called. We're going to be doing that all month of September, so make sure to check that out. I need to purchase some more fabric because I'm using a fat quarter from Rose City Originals, and I think I need more fabric in order to finish all the blocks, but I will be doing that over on Becca's channel, so check me out over on her channel every Friday this month. What's the theme of the Ren Fair that day? I don't know. I didn't look. Donna, no falling out of the chair. Very funny, Donna. I see that. Haven't been to a Renaissance Festival in a long time. Have a great time. I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited because I missed it last year. Tickets were sold out. So I'm very excited to go this year, and Jacques the Whipper will be there, so I can't wait to see him. I've seen him on TikTok for a long time, and I'm super excited to actually go to one of his performances. I've missed Texas Renaissance Festival and also Scarborough, so very excited to go to a Renaissance Festival. I just looked at the pattern. It doesn't look, does it really need that many small squares if each one gets a smaller square? Okay, so thank you. I forgot to mention that. Thank you for calling that out. It tells you in the pattern to cut more of the smaller squares than you need. I don't know why that is. I think that's weird. Because it doesn't actually use them in the pattern. So thank you. I totally forgot about that. Thank you for calling that out. Def Diablo, you only need to cut the number of squares that you have. So you should only be cutting out 120. I don't know why it tells you 200 and some odd. That makes no sense to me. I think at one point they were maybe going to do something different. I don't know. But that might be something that somebody needs to email to So Yeah and be like, hey, your pattern has a mistake in it because of XYZ. But yes, thank you, Diablo, for mentioning that. I totally forgot about that until you just said that. So, yeah, it tells you to cut way more squares than what you actually need. I don't know why. Deborah says, I've seen Jacques the Whipper on YouTube. He is great. He really is. He's hilarious. He is absolutely hilarious. So, very excited to see him perform in person. Susan says, I got the Puppers pattern in the mail yesterday by Elizabeth Hartman. Love her patterns. I've never done one of her patterns yet. Mary did the pandas. And I know at some point I'm going to do one. I just don't know like what it's going to be. You're welcome, Diablo. Thank you for bringing that up. I totally forgot about it until you just mentioned it. Melissa says, I was lazy on Friday, so I'm cutting the Progress Pride flag quilt fabric today while I lurk in the chat. Awesome, Melissa. Which pattern are you using? Is it the Geeky Bobbin ones? Let's see. Was watching Danny last Saturday and had to order the pattern. Adorable. All right, Alicia, thanks for being here. I think Alicia might be hanging out in chat more. I have the shark one, but I am intimidated by the teeth. I'm sure that the teeth are probably not fun. This week, Becca, or excuse me, later this week, Becca and I will be recording a podcast episode with Todd, the bear quilter. So look for that on our next schedule. Jonathan says, I'm teaching her greenhouse mini quilt at the shop. Cutting alone is going to take up the whole first session. Goodness gracious. Melissa said, I just did some math myself, but it will end up as 60 by 80. Okay. Making sure I wasn't missing anything. I squirreled in the chat for a moment. Squirrel! I also need to get some videos ready for December because, as you know, I'm going to be hanging out in Disney World. So I need to have some content ready for y'all while I am out because I will be missing 2 Sundays. Can you believe that? I'll be missing 2 Sundays. I'm sure I'll go live in the parks every now and again just to keep myself active in the algorithm. Speaking of mistakes, says Nikki, I'm working on the Kansas Troubles wall hanging. I googled the name to see if there was a tutorial. I found that there were mistakes on the pattern. They posted the corrections online. Awesome. Dang, autocorrect, says Susan. Gets the worst. It always happens to me. Autocorrect gets the worst of me all the time. I'm a teacher and our school mascot is sharks. Oh, that's cool, Diablo. Ian, are you going to save the triangle cutoffs? Probably save them. I don't know. I haven't decided. Maybe I will put them in a scrap pouch and say whoever wants them can have them. I don't know. Haven't decided. Oops. Guys, if you're going to the Virginia State Fair, make sure to keep an eye out for Becca's quilts, Sean's quilt, and my entries, because I entered 2 quilts, a doll quilt, and 2 bags. So be on the lookout for that if you are going to the Virginia State Fair. I don't know if I am. I might not. We'll see. We will just have to see how the month goes. If I win a blue ribbon, maybe, but I don't know how I would know because I'm not, like, the results aren't... You could use the cutoffs for a border. That's true, Deb. I could do that. Could do that. But yeah, I won't know the results because they don't post the results until like way after the fair, I think. So I don't know. Florida State Fair is in February. That's weird. That's suspicious. Interesting that it's in February. A lot of the fairs are in the fall because of the harvest season. So it's interesting that it's in February. Of course, Florida is like warm all year round, so... I'll be lurking as I make dinner. Okay, Banana Joe, enjoy your dinner. I'll have to check them out later. I need to add borders to a 3-yard I'm working on and then decide the backing before I motion quilt it. Okay, got it. Sammy says I have the penguin pattern and I'm hoping to start it soon, but I have to make modern traditional bear paw quilt that my husband has been asking for, I think 3 years now, but maybe longer. That's true, Susan. It is summer year round. Ooh! Josh says he submitted a quilt for the North Carolina State Fair. I've not had any sort of confirmation or response though, so I'm thinking that comes later. First time State Fair submission. Which one did you enter, Josh? I am curious. First year I entered a quilt into the fair. They didn't like the quilting design I chose. Well, that's rude, Susan. State fairs and county fairs can get weird sometimes. I think California State Fair is in September. County I live has it fair in the end of June and the first week in July. Interesting. Came in second place, but I thought it's what you chose to put on it. You should make a trip and go to King's Dominion and the fair since they are closed. Wait, what? Oh, since they're close. Yes, that is true. I have not been to King's Dominion yet. Although I hear Busch Gardens is better. But yes, we did pass by King's Dominion onto the fair last year. Oh, Josh says that he entered Saturn into the state fair and that he's testing something. I wonder what you could be testing. Are you testing whether or not they're receptive to modern quilts? Are you entering that one into QuiltCon? Diablo asks, are there any YouTube tutorials that walk you through the process of submitting something into the fair? I've never done it. I don't know if there are or not. Maybe I feel like I've done I have done a video on entering to quilt shows. I haven't done one specific to local fairs. It's still pretty much the same process. There's really not much difference to it, but maybe I should do one. Jonathan, let's go. Come on down. We'll go to the fair and King's Dominion. How about that? Come on down. Let's do it. Susan says she hasn't been to a Renaissance festival in 25 years. It's a long time. Oops, I thought I proofread my chat before I said it. It's supposed to be grocery shopping. Huh, no worries. No worries. It happens. I just have to like read it sometimes and I have to like fill in the things. Layla, I went to King's Dominion a long time ago. You should make a trip to King's Dominion. Oh, yeah, yeah. Layla, you want to go too? We'll go. We'll do it. Josh says, vary that. I want to see how well they respond to minimalism of it all. Fair enough. Fair enough. Susan says, you got to dress up when you go to the Renaissance Festival. The friends I'm going with, I don't know if they're going to dress up or not. And I don't want to be the loner, so we'll see. I know everybody else is going to be dressed up, but we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. I might do it anyways. I might be like, y'all are sticks in the mud. I'm going to dress up anyways. We'll see. Honestly, I would, says Jonathan. Cindy says, just thought you would like to know, work for 2,025K subscribers. Your YouTube starts at a different status for increasing financials and how they support you. Yeah, it's a whole thing. It is a whole thing for the YouTuber. There's a lot of stuff that happens on the backside of things that it's like, ugh. There's a lot. So hopefully at some point I'll get to there. Right, exactly, Jonathan. Exactly. Jonathan says, Zaza, when are you just going to admit that you live in Virginia? She says she's from Scotland, but I don't believe that. I think she lives here in Virginia, and she just says she lives in Scotland. She lives in a state of Delulu, and she actually lives here in Virginia. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding with you, Zaza. I'm making squaring up half square triangles blocks and about 1 million of them, Debbie says. I understand the feeling. The pattern that I'm putting out has 1,000,005 half square triangles. So if anybody wants to do that pattern, I'm sorry. I'm gonna apologize in advance that there are 105 million half square triangles to do. So my bad. Donna says, my guild helps out with taking quilts and hanging them. First time I helped out, I was wondering why my quilt entered had 3 on the label. Surprise, I got 3rd place on the first quilt ever. Awesome. So they put a number 3 on your quilt and you're like, why does my quilt have a number 3 on it? And it turns out it was 3rd place. How fun. I'm hoping out of the out of the 6 entries that I put in, no, 5, because 2 bags, yeah, 5. Math, can't do math. NTL says come to Vegas in October. We're having a big Renaissance festival. That sounds like fun. Yeah, out of the 5 that I entered into the fair, I'm hoping one of them wins the ribbon. It would be really nice. It would be really nice if like one of them could win a ribbon. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens. If I was 1 million half square triangles, maybe the plus 5 is a bit much. I believe you, Zaza. That's funny. You do dress up for the Renaissance Festival. I have not really dressed up in the past. I do have a costume that I could wear. And it sounds like the Maryland is one that like a lot of people dress up for. So I may do it anyways, just for the fun of it, but we'll have to wait and see. Gotten a couple of 2nd place, 1st place, and judge's favorite, says Donna. That's awesome, Donna. Congratulations. Would love to get judge's favorite too. That would be awesome. Wouldn't mind that at all. I've only won one Judge's Choice before. I've won Viewer's Choice with that big, gigantic ribbon back there from Sewing Machines Plus. Thanks to all of you out there. I did win that one, but other than that, I've only won one other Judge's Choice. Wouldn't it be cool if I got one on this one? I love those big purple ribbons. It's like, ooh, I would love that one. Yes, please. But we'll just have to wait and see. The results will be hopefully out at the end of the month, and hopefully one of you out there is going to go, so that way you can tell me if I won. Susan says, Ian, you don't want to be the only one who doesn't dress up. I mean, my friends are not going to dress up, apparently, which I'm like, why? So I might just dress up for the hell of it anyways. Be like, y'all are sticks in the mud. I'm doing my own thing. Huzzah! Dressing up for the fair is half the fun. I agree. That is half the fun. Some of those, you are the odd ones out, but if you don't dress up, we go to Goodwill. We went, whoa, sorry, Zaza. Some of those, you are the odd one out if you don't dress up. There you go. Thank you. I finally got that right. We did Goodwood Festival sounds really bad. We did that festival a few years ago, and everyone dressed up. I could see you in Henry VIII outfit. I don't know about that. I have a poet shirt. It's the one that I wear for my pirate costume. I have a poet's shirt, and then I have some like the pants similar in that time frame, and then I'll usually wear my steel toe boots, which are definitely not period appropriate, but they also protect my feet, so yeah. Oh, Ian, it's a vintage car festival. Sure it is. Sure, vintage car festival. Sure. That's what Goodwood is. Yeah, totally. Totally. I believe you, Zaza. Wait, where is it? Which one is it? I believe you, Zaza. The one I went, everyone was eating Sir Tom turkey legs. See, I don't like turkey legs. That's not for me. Like, if that's your thing, love it. Love it. Not my thing. Give me a gyro. Give me a gyro. Zaza, I believe you as much as I believe you're actually in the UK. I bought an unintentional souvenir home from vacation. Oh, cold. I hate being sick. I'm so sorry, Auntie L. That sucks. At least it's just a cold. Savannah says, I want to get a blessing from the pickle priest at the New York Renaissance Festival. I've seen him on social media as well. I saw one where somebody was like recording video of him, and they were like, hey, can you say hi to my sister? And he's like, no, I'm not gonna say hello to, and then someone's like, we gave you a tip, and he was like, oh, hello. Just, he busted out of nowhere of like, wait, you gave me a tip? Oh, hello. It's hilarious. He's pretty funny. He is pretty funny. The Pickle Priest. Do you want a house tour? Oh, great. Now that song's stuck in my head. Sorry, Jonathan. Probably got that stuck in your head, too. From her mediocre CD. Oh, goodness me. God, this has got to be boring for y'all because it's literally the same thing over and over and over and over and sewing and sewing and sewing and sewing. The same block over and over again. My Chihuahua says hi. Hello, Susan's little cutie. Now that sounds really Zaza, it's everything you think and more. Every window and out the window that you can think of, yes. The answer is yes, Zaza. Look him up on social media. He's really funny. Because he talks with this really deep voice. It's quite funny. Sweet Granny says, are you going to enter the quilt in the PA Farm Show, January of 2026 in Harrison, PA? I will have to check that out. I'm going to take a screenshot to help remind myself of that, so that way I can maybe enter. Oops, I just marked on that, but that's fine. We're going to save that. We're going to save that. Layla is here for the conversation today. I am glad, because we're sitting here talking about Pickle Priest and everything. Right, Savannah, that is very true. Savannah says, yes, Zaza, definitely, but that's the Ren Fair vibe anyways. That is 100% true. It is 100% true. I have heard so many stories of Renaissance festivals and the things that go on at there. Have to go, have company, bye all. Bye, June. Thanks for spending some time with me today and everybody else. Yeah, the things I've heard at Renaissance festivals sure could make some people blush. Could make some people blush. Petey is 7 years old. Applehead Chihuahua, white and tan. Have you posted him in the Facebook group? I feel like I've seen a picture of Petey. Maybe I'm wrong though. See, look at this spooky pink colorway. Like, how fun is that? For the record, I did not starch or best press my Vegas strip because it was going to be the exact size that I needed, and I was very concerned that if I put any moisture onto it, that I would have issues like I did with the Disney quilt that I did. So I didn't add any starch or anything. I feel like you have, June. Susan, excuse me. I feel like you have, Susan. I feel like I saw a picture of him in there somewhere. I think it was in Becca's group. I don't think it was in my group, though. Isn't it fun, Susan? It's a fun. This is a fun group of fabric. I think it's really, really cute. And I think it's going to make a cute quilt. Don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I'm not going to keep this one. I did decide, so those of you who are wondering, I did decide to keep the Wild West quilt. I washed it and put it on my bed. I did keep that one. If you watched my monthly recap, I wasn't sure if I was going to keep it, but I did end up keeping it, so. My Chihuahua, Casey Lou, is sort of deadhead. She's brown and with white markings. Where is Flicky Chicky? I just realized I haven't seen Flicky Chicky in the chat today. Flicky Chicky has the most beautiful baby basset hound. I know, isn't it adorable, Zaza? So cute. I just realized I haven't seen her today. Where is that Flicky Chicky? Definitely much more fun than the plaids and stripes that I'm working with, says Sammy. That is true. She may be, yeah, she may be working right now. Oh, Becky, I don't think Flicky Chicky is here. I think she might be working or something. Your colorway for Wild West was my favorite of all the colorways. It turned out amazing. I agree. I think I'm very happy with my colorway choice on that one. I think it's a really good colorway, and I was really debating. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna keep it, and then it like kept growing on me, and so I was like, well, and then I added that extra like that designed border onto it, and I was like, well, and so I kept it. I kept it. The crinkle factor on that one too, like I put it in the washing machine and dryer and it came out and it was all just like, and it crinkled up like nobody's business. And I was like, oh, I love it. It's all crinkle. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. I also love the quilt that Becca helped me with recently. I've been working on the pearlescent fabric. My mind just went blank. Somebody's going to say it in chat. I'm going to be like, that's it. Anywho, it's Patrick Luce. And it's got this really beautiful pearlescent shine. And the whites have metallic on it. Love how it turned out. Pissed off at the long arm for being stupid and messing it up. I'm going to have to bury so many threads on that one. Because on one single pass, the thread broke like 10 times. So I'm going to have so many threads to bury. I just don't want to. I don't want to bury any threads. Ugh. But I'm going to have to. So it's going to take me a little bit longer than I had hoped to get it done. But once it's done, I get to post it on social media, and then I will be tagging like Northcott and Patrick in it. So be on the lookout for that. Let's see. Ian, do you like your new Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilt colorway any better? No, I've done 2 clues so far, and I don't. Again, I'm not upset about it because, you know, I'll be able to give it to a friend or a loved one or something like that. So I'm not upset at all. And as an ambassador, I do get a free quilt from Cotton Cuts, so I'm not about to, like, look a gift horse in the mouth at all. I'm very happy that they allow me to do the puzzle mystery quilt. So I am happy about that. But the colorway's not growing on me yet. It may still happen. You never know. I may still get to the end of it and be like, oh, I actually really like it, but we'll see. Skylar, welcome to the live stream, says, I'm new here. This is a cool live. Hey, Skylar, thanks for joining in today. Hope you're having a good day today. My mom loves the Wild West quilt. I'm going to finish it and give it to her. That's really nice, Nikki. Spectral Sensation, thank you, Jonathan. That is the quilt name, but I was thinking of the fabric. I was thinking, and it's, I don't know why the name isn't popping into my head. The name of the fabric line is just, I keep wanting to say pearlescent, and that's not right. It's not called pearlescent, and I can't think of the freaking name of that fabric line. Welcome to the crazy club, right? Finished eating peppered steak with white rice. Awesome, Susan. That sounds yummy. Oh, yes, that was a gorgeous welcome, Skylar. Ian is very cool. Thank you. Appreciate that. This is a cool idea to watch somebody sit and sew. That is... We keep each other company. That is the point of the live streams, is a place to give the community the time and the place to hang out, work on projects, and chit-chat. A lot of people describe this time as coffee time. You know, having coffee with your friend, sitting, chatting, sewing, cleaning. I've had people tell me that they're cleaning while I have my live stream on, all that kind of stuff. Don't forget, guys, you can check out the Facebook group. Make sure to go over to the Facebook group, share what you're working on. I just put the link in the chat. So if you want to join the Facebook group and chit-chat with everybody in the group, show off what you're working on, ask questions, all the things, feel free to head over to the Facebook group. My ear itches again. I don't know why. Don't know why my ear itches so much lately. I think they're dry. To be completely honest with you, I think my ears are dry, like inside. I think that's why they itch so much. Yeah, Skylar, this is the kind of conversations we have here. That's what happens. These are the kind of conversations that we randomly have. We talk about the Pickle Priest. We talk about Renaissance festivals. We talk about why Ian's ears itch. When has Ian fell down the most recent? Skylar, I hope you'll take a moment and subscribe to the channel so that way you can come back for more fun content just like this. You can always save the Z. What am I saving the Z? What do I save the Z for? What Z? That's the other thing that happens. I'll say something and then I'll forget what I say, and then somebody will refer back to it because y'all are 30 seconds behind me. And I'm like, wait, what did I just say? We do talk about food a lot here, Banana Joe. We do. Michelle says, Ian, that's why we love your lives. Real talk. I mean, not going to deny that. Tina says, I am continuing to get caught up on Flyway Sterling, and then I can start Under the Sea Triton, which I love. I love that you love that colorway. That makes me so happy that there are people out there who enjoy that colorway. Please know that I'm not like poo-pooing that colorway at all. It's just not me, right? Like, it's just not my... It was not my first choice. But that is A-okay. A-okay. Glisten, thank you, Zaza. Glisten, that's the name of it. Glisten by Patrick Luce, thank you. Skylar says, I did subscribe. Awesome, thank you so much. You seem like a fun time. Did the Bernina come with that polka dots, or did you add that on? I love your setup. Thank you so much, Skylar, first of all. Second of all, this is the Bernina 770 Tula Pink edition. So that's why my throat plate right here is rainbow, is because actually the hardware up here, I know it's a little dark in here, so you can't see this one as well. But that's why these are rainbow colors, because it's the Tula Pink edition, so it came with all of the polka dots on it. Sweet Granny says, allergies, it's allergy time, ragweed, that's why oh, that's right, actually, Sweet Granny, you are right, because the other day I had to wear my glasses. My contacts would not stay in my eyeballs because I was, my eyes were so irritated. I had to wear my glasses all day. Y'all don't see me in glasses very often. I prefer my contacts. But I had to wear my glasses because the contacts were just not working. And I forgot it was ragweed season. I actually looked this up. I talked to one of my coworkers and I was like, oh, I'm just so, like, my allergies, ugh. And I looked at the allergy report, the pollen alert, ragweed. And I was like, oh, it is that time of year, isn't it? She's like, yeah. PSA, do not leave anything with lithium battery charging unattended. My friend just texted me that her next door neighbor plugged in a battery to charge and it burned. Oh no, and it burned the house down. Yeah, don't leave anything with lithium batteries charging. Always monitor them. Use the charging cable that came with the device. These are important safety tips, by the way. Always charge stuff while you're watching. So like don't plug something in overnight. Don't do that. Have it in an area that you're watching and keeping an eye on it. So if you're charging lithium batteries, just be careful. And of course, use the charger that came with the device. Don't use a different charger because it could be rated differently. So all important tips. And a good reminder. Diablo says, I would love to do the Cotton Cuts mystery quilt, but I feel like I'm always, when they release, I'm broke. I feel that. By the way, I gotta throw this out there really quick. I just remembered. If you want to do Under the Sea, they are going to be closing orders very soon. I meant to mention this last week and I totally forgot. If you want to do Under the Sea, you need to order your kit now. They are going to be closing Under the Sea orders very, very, very soon, like I think within the next couple of weeks. So go ahead and get your order in before they close it if you want to do Under the Sea. Once they are closed, they do not reopen. There are some kits that are available, leftover kits that are available at the end on their website, but you don't want to risk that if there's a colorway that you absolutely love. So go ahead and purchase the Under the Sea kit if you want to do that. Remember, they are month to month. There is no all at once anymore. Once they start with Clue 1, you can't order the all at once anymore. It's month to month. Nikki says, I kind of wish I did the new PMQ, but I'm sitting this one out. That is fair. Susie says, I love her De Luna line of fabrics from Tula Pink. I do too. That one's a great one. Oh, I didn't know that, Laura. Laura says there are also fireproof bags / containers that you can charge those in. That's good to know. I still would probably like prefer to charge things while I'm watching versus putting them in those containers, but that's good to know that there are such things. That is true, Savannah. Also check things like power packs, because those old batteries can swell. That is also very true. I'm excited for, Zaza says, I'm excited for the Grey Works that I ordered. Half yard bundle. Normally I get fat quarter bundles. Did I buy yard bundle? I think I bought a yard bundle. And then I bought a whole bolt of the black and colored stripes. I wanted the whole bolt, so I bought the whole bolt. Let's see. Zaza says, I like to know how my quilt will look. No surprises for me. That is fair. My aunt never wanted to do the puzzle mystery quilt because she never didn't want to know what her quilt would look like, right? So yeah, I feel that. Let's see here. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I'm very burpy today for some reason. I don't know why. That is true, Zaza. That is exactly right. Zaza's re-emphasizing to use the charger that came with your device. I missed a comment in there somewhere. Has anyone used an RFID fabric to put in bags or wallets? It protects your debit card. I have a wallet that has that built into it. I bought the wallet from a website and it has that blocking technology in it. Let's see. I'm doing the same colorway as Ian. I picked it for myself, but I'm not sure that I like it. Antiel, we will just have to see what it, you know, we'll just have to see, right? Hurricane warning in Ian's apartment. All right. So we're just trimming everything up. That's what you see me doing here. I now have to go back through all the ones that I just did. And I will have to trim them. We will not do that today. In fact, we are almost to the end of the live stream in just a few minutes, so I won't bore y'all as I sit here and trim all of these out. I am going to work during the course of the week on getting these trimmed and ready for step 2. I might even try and lay them out into some kind of order, so that way by the end of the live stream next week, hopefully we will have a quilt top, because it doesn't seem like it's going to be terribly hard to assemble all this. So, I was wondering if you had to use microbe needles or universal needles. I've seen fabric on Amazon that was just wondering. I use Smith's needles, general needles. I don't really use anything other than that. I have a box of like 150,000 that I've barely like gotten any of them used. So. Oh, Microtex, not microbes. Okay, I was like, what? I use the Smith's needles. Carolina says, hello and goodbye all. All right, it is 4 o'clock, so I think we're gonna end it. Ooh, did I hit the right button? I did. I think we're gonna end it here. I'm just gonna sit here and continue to thread cut and get these all. I have a whole pile under the desk that I've got to work on, so I'm gonna get that done for next weekend. So we'll continue working on this quilt next weekend and hopefully have a completed quilt top by the time we're done with it. Don't forget, later this month, I will be moving my Sunday broadcast over to a Saturday. That's already on the calendar and on YouTube as well. So make sure to go check that out, so that way you know which day I'm switching over to Saturday. It's going to be the last Saturday of the month, I believe. So I hope everybody has a great day. Thanks for joining me today. Remember, guys, I love each and every one of you. And of course, normal's just a setting on the dryer. I'll see you next week, everybody. Bye.